and I saw other people being poets as a job, and I thought, oh, that must be the best thing ever. And I entered competitions, went to open mic nights, got the odd paid gig here and there, and since 2007, oh my friends, you're off! Are you going? Oh my goodness, and look at this devastatingly handsome man out of my life.
You made him shy.
Oh, I could make him shy. Bye-bye. My life is a succession of handsome men saying goodbye. Well, on that bombshell, have a lovely journey, people. Enjoy your lives. Live your life, be free.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah. Eat lots of tofu tea. Don't have shares in it, Wendy, it's just nice. So yeah, I've got books, right, and my poetry publisher and me had a big argument because I wrote some limericks and I think they're genius and he thinks they're crap. And we fought, and they got in the book, I won! Yeah! So they're vegan limericks, and you're a vegan crowd, so if anyone's going to like them, you will. I'm going to share them with you. There's only 4 of them. I'm going to share them, and we'll discuss at the end whether he was maybe right. My heart missed a beat. So I'll share just the first one with you, and you'll see the level I'm pitching at. Do you remember when Lady Gaga wore that dress made of meat? That was horrid, wasn't it? That's an intro to poem, not just striking small talk. It's relevant. A vegan called John from Rochdale. Oh, by the way, right, I don't ask much of my audience, but if you don't laugh at my limericks, I at least demand a groan. Are you on board with that, yeah? If you don't laugh, you're going to give me a groan, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, another handsome man walking away. Oh. You'll be forever in my heart. Right, yeah. A vegan called John from Rochdale thought Gaga's meat dress beyond pale. So he said, instead, I will wear only bread. But his pants fell off when they went stale. So you see the level I'm aiming at with these. Right, so us vegans, we've got a reputation for liking miserable music, haven't we? That's what this second one, there's only 4. There's only 4. Hold on to chest. You're a beautiful man too. Does people tell you that regularly? I think I'll tell you it after every poem. Not the limericks, because they're quite short. You know, don't want to bore the crowd. A vegan called Jane from Torquay kept playing her Tom York CD. When her bloke longed for a cheerier song, she switched over to Morrissey.
Boo.
A vegan called Jessie from Slough tried hard to avoid any row, but folk gave her grief, said, don't you miss beef? She said, not as much as the cow. And finally, these 5 lines summarise the entirety of my existence. A vegan called Jack from... This is the best one, right? I don't want to be arrogant or anything, but I mean, this is fucking better than Shakespeare. I mean, he'd have fucking killed to have written something this good, so no pressure on you, my audience, but, you know, give it the respect it deserves. It's not very good. A vegan called Jack from round here said, I don't like being called queer, I just like chickpeas and tahini, so please... I'm a homosexual, my dear! That was the correct reaction. Thank you very much. So I'm really lucky. I'm on tour at the moment with the children's show, The Dragon Who Hates Poetry, and I'm so grateful Ruth invited me here today to share the show. If you didn't get a chance to see it today and you're going to the West Midlands Vegan Festival in Wolverhampton, we're doing it there as well. So if you know people with kids and you think they'd like a little bit of vegan entertainment, send them along. I became veggie before vegan. I became veggie when I was a boy, and then my mum followed suit, and then my stepdad did, and then my nan. So our whole family went veggie. which isn't everybody's experience. Some people have a horrible time with their families being like, you know. So this is just a nice, gentler poem about a family uniting over something nice, and it's a poem called A Lovely Fruit Salad. Hey diddle dee. I've forgotten the words. I was so caught up in my own moment. Let's have a look. Well, what a splendid time show. I've got poetry books for sale. Woo! Ah, that's it, yes. Hey diddle dee, one small blueberry and a cookbook map unearths treasure. Veg marks the spot. Ascend new tastes, tongue a flag, topping peaks of pumpkin pie. Spinach smacked lips, peach smoothie sips, Sunday's child pulls out a plum, different from other kids. I jump over candlesticks. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, discoveries to share. She and me and broccoli. Cracking corn like we just do care. Juicy secrets under tangerine sunrise. Bells in my head, peel, oranges and lemons. Hearts tougher than cherry stones. Together, our worries, butternut squashed. Soya master, dandelion dame. Some wild fruits no one can tame. Hickory dickory dock. There are 2 veg in a wok. Yet there's 3 in our home, and we are not peas in a pod. At first, he thinks we're chatting rhubarb. Rhubarb, 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 she and me, and he won't see the depths to quince and bean feast mince. But you know, food is more than a state of mind. In this tasteless, grown-up world, it's a way we can find to unite and bind. Scrambled Humpty's shell made whole. Lamb slips free of Mary's crook. 3 mice turn, sight restored, snatch back their tails from farmer's wife. Pussycat, pussycat spits at the queen. Spluttering monotrills with their heads. But we're flowered up in our vegetable beds. She and me and he agree. It's okra, it's lentil, it's kiwi and grape. We're singing a ballad of lovely fruit salad. And the cow jumps over the moon. Thank you very much. Cheers. Oh. What a lovely, lovely audience you are. I wrote on a napkin a set list. Let me see if I can find it. Now, I'm going to give you a choice. It's like a choose your own adventure, right? I've only got one kind of animal rightsy poem, and I never perform it because I wrote it and I was really proud of it. But then I thought, as a vegan, I want to be celebrating the wonderful aspects of veganism. So I thought I'm not. So I'm really proud of this poem. It's in the book, but I never perform it. And I thought I'd quite like to read it here, because there's a whole thing. Like I always perform at least one vegan poem whenever I go around in the most non-vegan of gigs. Like I say, it's my full-time job, and I feel really proud when people want to come up and chat to me about veganism afterwards. So I'd like to do a serious poem. It's only like 2 minutes long, but it is serious, and we all know, don't we? We all know. So maybe you're having a lovely day, and maybe you don't want to hear anything hardcore animal rights, which is fine. So I'm the artist. I'm going to give you the choice between that, or we're a room full of adults. I don't want to patronise you, but I could do one of my kids' poems, because if you lose your inner child, then what the hell do you have left? So I'm going to give you a choice. I'm going to ask you to raise your hands, and it's a democracy. I'm going to go with the popular. So your choice is a serious poem about animal rights, which is a bit of a treat because I don't usually perform it, and I'm very, very proud of it. Or, equally, I'm very, very proud of the fun children's poem. So I'm happy with either or. So, it's a bit like X Factor, isn't it? No, Simon Cowell, get back! Get out of my brain! Put your hand up if you would like animal rights poem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's it. Hands up for fun and loveliness. 3. Right. No, we're going to do this. So thank you so much for choosing this. This is called Green as the Fields. And who knows, if I enjoy performing this, I might perform it loads more after today. Maybe I should do a bit more of the her stuff. We'll see. I'll ask you afterwards. Green as the Fields. It goes like this. See a farmyard hen, inquisitive, friendly, not a cute kitten or puppy. All her summers sunny side up, scraping brain soil with dinosaur feet. She excavates images, scrabbles through skulls, earth, mudded burger bites and birthday treat, claws up crumbs, kick, digging, brings to light sights buried inside the smooth terrain of a locked up mind. See a farmyard hen immortalised in print, baby books built with bright, happy pictures, chocolate cake sweet. Little chicks drinking sun-tickled water, cleaner than the often washed hands of the fairy tale farmer, honest provider, scrubbing bloody palms out, damn spot. See a farmyard hen, feathered and strong, bolder than Archaeopteryx, fattened until her legs buckle or break, trapped between bars by a hard-boiled labourer, headshell tough, he does as he's paid. See a childless mother's pain, her beak sawn off with a red-hot blade, can't stretch, peck, move any way, locked away in barns, locked away in mines. See farmyard hens together alone. I can't be green as the fields where chickens don't roam. No lush green distortion. My bubble of blind buying could be burst to stop her perpetually funded curse. I could feel the joy of choosing to see and then not recharging this battery. Thank you very much. That was serious, wasn't it? Thank you for listening to that. It was very, very good. I'd like to introduce my technician, Benny Joe, because he's written a poem today. And Benny tours with me, drives me around. We've got like kit we use for stuff. And he's written a poem, and I was like, do you want to read it, Benny? And he's like, yeah, I do. That's how he talks. So I'd like you to make my techie fella feel really welcome. How cool is that? Let's give it up for Benny Joe. Give it up for the man. Come on up, Benny.
If you're expecting a similar level of flamboyantness, you're not getting it. This poem's called Adulthood. The older I get, this concept of adulthood seems further out of reach. Quick stepping over hills and fens I cannot pretend to conquer. I am all I never dreamed of being. Falling so short of the cookie cutter template, my metaphors are half-baked. The cogs of my mind turn in a time signature yet to be defined as I find the pistons of my body are misfiring and out of line. The pub in which I have chosen to pen this colossal moan has a sign above the bar that reads, "If you are drinking to forget, please pay in advance." And I'm trying to recall where I've seen it before. Is it just another sign to ignore? At times, I get overwhelmed with this blueprint of adulthood, the pinnacle forms of which are paraded daily in magazines and on the telly, and I know I'll never truly match up. I'll never be a cage fighter. But I know what to do when my back's against the wall. I'll never be a prize writer. but I know how to breathe verbs into a semblance of rhythm and illuminate the humanity hiding within them. I'll never be the drummer of a world-touring band, but I know what to do with the sticks in my hand. So I open my lungs and scream to the sky, let the clouds reverberate with a new battle cry. I'm going to take this life by the ears and skull fuck it dry. And maybe one day I'll feel comfortable in this skin called adulthood. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Wow, bit of shouting there. I wasn't expecting that. It was beautiful. There you go. You should shout more often, my friend. I don't know how I'm doing time. One more? Couple more? One more? I'll do one
Couple more.
Hmm?
Couple more.
Oh, a couple more. Oh, you're kind. Okay. Yes.
Can you do the children's one?
Yeah, do the children.
Oh, how nice is that? Brilliant. Right, I'll have to choose a children's one. All right. I think dragons are fantastic. I've got a book. The Dragon Who Hates Poetry. This, if you come to West Midlands Vegan Fair, you can see the full show. I'm going to do a poem from it, but I need you to give me something really unusual a dragon could do that would make a dragon fantastic. Not fly, not breathe fire. We know those are fantastic things. But give me something. This is your chance to challenge the poet. Whatever you say, I'll put it in the poem. So you could say a dragon could drive a Tofuti truck to Timbuktu. I've got Tofuti on the brain today. Who wouldn't? Yes, go on.
Skateboard.
Skateboard. Wow. Perfect. It's in the poem. Something else. Something else weird. Yes.
Juggle kittens.
Say what?
Juggling kittens.
I think we'll combine those two. Skateboard, juggling kittens. Brilliant. One more. Something really unusual. You could never get that in a poem. Yeah, go on.
Read sequins.
Breed sequins. Wow. I might have to resort for a half rhyme to that one. Okay, if you can predict any of the rhymes before I say them, do join in. Right, here we go. Dragons are fantastic. They're amazing, brilliant, great. I would love a flying fire breather as my mate. Dragons love collecting gold. They're bold, they're brave, they're strong. Talked about in poetry or sung about in song. Breathing flames. They don't need a lighter or a match. Dragon mums are proud to watch their dragon eggs all hatch. Baby dragons look so cute. Their wisdom runs so deep. Always keeping one eye open, even when they're
Asleep.
because dragons are fantastic. They're amazing, brilliant, great. I would love a flying fire breather as my mate. If a dragon gets cold paws, it might just wear some mittens. See one riding a skateboard while juggling some
Kittens.
But where does a dragon end? Where does one begin? I remember you said sequins. What was the first bit? Breathe sequins was that? Yeah, professional. I know an amazing dragon who can breathe out lovely
Secret.
Do you think this dragon's real?
No.
Do you think he's just a dream? You'll know my dragon's real when you hear everyone
Scream.
When you hear everyone
Scream.
When you hear everyone
Scream.
They scream. Dragons are fantastic. They're amazing, brilliant, great. I would love a flying fire breather as my mate. They're big enough to ride and good at a barbecue. Dragons are just perfect. An East Midlands vegan festival. I love you. Thank you very much. Yay. Whoa. Okay, I'll do one final poem. I've got 3 books. They're £8 each, which I know under a coalition government, that's like a month's groceries, isn't it? So if you think I'd love to buy a book of one of his lovely collections, and you're skint, come up and you can buy it with me. We're not sticking around long though, because we're in Ilkley Literature Festival tomorrow. We're on tour at the moment, so we were overjoyed we could make being here today, thanks to Ruth chatting to us. We're so happy we could come here today. It's been amazing. So I'm going to do one more poem, sit down, have a cuppa, and then get off. So if you fancy buying a book, come up and see me. If you don't want a book or can't afford one or whatever, but you do want to come up and just say, oh, I enjoyed your poems, please please do, because poets love being told they're good. Okay, so this is from this book, the second book. The first book is mostly poems about violent anal sex. The second one's got more pulses and lentils in it. So your choice, you know. This is my final poem. Thank you so much for having me. This is called, I'm going to put it here in case I forget it because I've not done this one for a bit, and it's the grand finale, you know, don't want to mess it up, do I, Benny?
Nah.
This is called, it's about, has anyone ever said to you, where'd you get your protein from? Well, this is my response. It's called The Myth of Protein. It's my chemistry lesson poem. Protein! It's a biochemical compound whose name Berzelius found. Von Voigt claimed flesh makes flesh. Sanger sequenced insulin for its prized hemoglobin, and the Swedish were impressed. More studies on its benefits directed mutagenesis, as Weissman had foreseen. To give those claims such credence does not distract from this grievance. Where do vegans get protein? What exactly do you eat? Can't be healthy, no meat. Such Shakespearean introspection. Between the facts to delve lament, B12 or not B12? Surely that must be the question. Well, it's simple eating sensible. The soybean lacks cholesterol, it is easily fortified, and cooked can taste exceptional, tongue-tinglingly sensual, and yes, it will provide protein, as will peanut butter, black beans, flax seeds, pecans, almonds, lentils, and cashews. And yet, here is my beef, hearing debate on my belief. People question what I choose. Well, I don't choose for pigs to feel. And I don't just believe that their pain is real. That's a fact. It's not myth. And it's not needed. So can we in evolution swap those myths for revolution? We'll see that cruelty superseded. The facts of protein's chemistry, they are documents throughout history laid out.